I'm giddy around her. You know, if I see her in the morning, I'm excited. I sort of wake up every morning and go, "You're still here. Cool. Great. Right." You know, and because I'm giddy, I enjoy her company.
I wrote this song in Amsterdam in Holland last summer. I was on the road with the band, and when you're on the road with the band, you know, if you go out to dinner, it's always like reservations for 15, because it's the band and the girlfriends or wives and the road managers and everyone else that's trying to get a free meal. So one night I snuck away with my wife, and I thought I was going to go out and have a nice romantic dinner, and it was about 110, and we went to this Italian restaurant and asked for a table, and they were crowded, and they said, "Oh, Mr. Bon Jovi, we help you out to get you." And they put me on this rooftop, and they had to carry a table up there, and it looked like it was going to be really romantic, and I drank too much. And then I started getting into one of those, and another thing. So, wasn't a good night, right? So the next night, I had a show, and so I sort of like stayed away during the afternoon, played with the kids, ran off, did the interviews, did that thing, went out to the stadium, played the show, came back like the weasel husband that I am. Now anyone who's married knows what it's like, right? You know, "Oh honey, please, please, please don't." You curl in the bed and it's like dead wood. And you're going, all right, I got the hint. You know, there's no couch in the hotel room, so I went in the bathroom with my guitar here, and I wrote this song. And I came out in the morning with this done, all bleary-eyed, you know, but the way to a girl's heart, you write her one love song. You back in. So for all you guys out here and all the ones listening to the radio, it's easy. Just rhyme moon, June, spoon, you be, and I could help you out.
I'm fortunate enough to have a great wife that I got right the first time. It's more about a partnership and a friendship and a mutual admiration society than it is about, what are you doing tonight in the hotel bar?
You said in your Rock and Roll Hall of Fame speech that you want to keep making her cups of tea and telling her how much you love her.
It's my job. I make the tea.
Is it?
Yeah.
Which is
one who packs his suitcase and runs away is a weasel. That would be me. He who runs away and goes on the road with a rock band is a kid living in a fantasy. But he who comes home again to get kicked in the rear end by your missus for, you know, is a strong man with a strong butt, and this butt's been kicked a few times. It's okay. It's okay. And like every smart man, I know when to pick my fights, and I know when to run like hell, and I know when to come up with a cool lyric like this.
Things that were going on in our collective lives to write about. And Wildfire was the nice, fun, but rather quirky relationship that I have. This was a slice of life that happened to be rather good. In my relationship, which, you know, is blessed. You know, not without its little flaws, but blessed nonetheless. I just love all that kind of, she has such great independence and strength, and the commitment is there, and in doing so, you're constantly learning from each other all the time, and there's this mutual respect. But I love that she could talk to presidents or paupers, and it doesn't mean a thing to her. She don't care. You know, she'd sell my home in a second and live in what is, you know, we call our guest house. I mean, that's a ridiculous statement to even make to the people that buy my records. But I live in a rather incredible estate. I like it.
We're a very competitive family. It's kind of a sickness. You all treat out to each other with us. Never play games with us. Never play sports with us. We learned that over
Mommy will blow your nose.
Is it the sexiest thing in the world when Jon comes downstairs and he says, "My love"? I have. You don't say "my love." When you say "sweet love," yes. I have written a. I just heard one of the greatest songs in the world, and Dorothea goes, "Jon, what song did you hear?" He goes, "I don't know, but I just wrote it."
Yeah.
Is it a very sexy thing when Jon comes to you with a new song?
Well, it's very, when it's a beautiful song, I either cry or it definitely strikes me emotionally.
Right.
Or if I hear it like a hit song, I'm like, that is a, smash hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's fun.
She knows.
That I remember.
Right. That's the fun. That's the fun part.
My girlfriend, who was my fiance at the time, we had a night off, and I said, I need a higher high. I got an idea. Let's go to Vegas now. And she said, now? I said, now. And we went and didn't tell anybody. The taxi cab driver was our witness. And in about a month from now, it'll be my 35th anniversary. So we got it right. Got it right the first time.
I don't get to see old Dave often, but Dave got married to Anushka, and we were invited to the wedding. We went to the wedding, had a wonderful time. As Dave, as you can imagine, Jesus and all of the disciples were there, and and they were all drinking wine and having a wonderful time. And so then, the weekend is over and we all fly back to whence we came. And we talked a year later, and I know that he had had a baby, and he knew that we had had a baby. And then we said, what's the baby's name? India. Okay, what's Jake? What's the birth date? May the 7th. No, Jake was May the 7th. You're kidding. What time of the day was it? And I'm going to say the time, I guess it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, oh, too bad, because, Jake was at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then we went, oh, I don't get to see old Dave often. But Dave, time change. These two kids were born on the same hour of the same day of the same year.
Wow.
9 months after Dave's wedding. I guarantee you, Jake and his daughter were the byproduct of a beautiful wedding weekend.
Those 20 years, have you missed Valentine's Day at home because the band's been on the road?
More often than not.
Yes.
That's hotel rooms, yeah.
That's got to be a little hard.
It makes it easier to send the flowers, and not have to be beat up for them being bad flowers.
You're sending flowers? So are you romantic guys? I was joking in the intro a second ago, but in general, do you consider yourself a romantic?
Well, by who? Look at T goes back to the coffee. Standards, by a guy's standards, I think I do a pretty good job. By by what my wife looks. Yeah, my wife probably thinks a little differently. But I'm a good shopper. I guess I get away with it.
What's the best gift you've gotten your wife for Valentine's Day?
I left and went on the road.
Yeah, got out of the house.
What's been the secret for you?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with that we're from the same place. She's seen this from the beginning, before there was a beginning, and I got it right the first time. I did the right thing, and I'm lucky to have the same girl in my life that I've had for 40 plus years.
Wow.
The support system was sound from day one, and a lot of that had to do with us growing together.
I'm sure it wasn't always easy, right?
No,
Married
how
to a
could
rock
it
star.
be? In my defense, we're the same age, doing the same stupid stuff.
Yeah.
We just did it together.
In high school, so that one I just was, thank God, fortunate enough to get right the first time, and we held on. It wasn't, we never really had any kind of difficulties.
Really?
Knock wood, it's been
incredible.
35 years. The relationship thing, like I said, is mutual respect.
Okay.
Admiration and mutual respect is at the top of this for me. To be a good listener and know it's not all about me. It's about we. It's about both of us. It's about all of us. It's about the family dynamic. So of course I'm always going to be the narcissist lead singer in the house, but there's no platinum records hanging in my house. Like we left that long time ago in our home. So admiration, mutual admiration society, being a good listener, growing together. Just finding her in a way that, like, I get excited in the morning when I see her every single day.
35 years later.
I get excited every single day. She absolutely knows that she loves me, like, with all of her heart.
Wow.
There's no question, there's no doubt, there's not even a glimmer of doubt, there's not even a hint of a glimmer of doubt that this is it. There is no, that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, I got that.